Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Shambhavi Spectrum. I'm so excited today to start a new series, One Mom is Equal to All Moms. And yes, those who are moms, they know the power of that. Today's mom here, who's a guest with me, Grow Green with Deepthi, is Deepthi Sangameshwar Rajiv. Welcome to the show, Deepthi, and thank you so much for agreeing to kickstart this greenery. How are you doing, Deepthi?
I'm good. Thank you so much for giving me this platform. I'm happy to share my knowledge and make all the balconies green. Hope to make all the balconies green.
Wonderful. Yes, I know that you are a gardening enthusiast, and I have to thank my audience right now. I have Bindu, but I'm hoping more people join in. And even if they don't, I'm sure they'll watch a repeat telecast. Uh, Deepthi, give me a little bit background about why the balcony gardening and when did it start in your life?
In my life, I started recently in Dubai but I have always grown up with around plants. So that the pull towards plants was always there. And we moved to a new play a house in UAE, and I had a long, very beautiful balcony. So it started with one, two, and then composting. I started composting mainly is the key to start my balcony gardening here in UAE. I used to think I cannot grow anything because of heat, but no, composting and organic gardening proved me wrong, and I can grow anything in whatever the space I have. So that's how it
Okay,
started.
great. So, Deepthi, we'll keep the composting part of the procedure of
Yes,
composting for one more session.
that's
Today,
fine.
let us focus on the gardening. So, you said you started with one, two. Which were the plants that you started with? And please feel free to just take lead of this conversation because I'm as much as a novice as anybody else who's going to probably be hearing this. Please go ahead.
Yes, I have my share of trials and errors. So I started with Tulsi first of all. So when I started with Tulsi, I struggled to keep it alive in UAE. So I used to think what's wrong, and it's because of all these temperature and other things. Then I realized it is because of the soil mixture what we use. So I started the permutations and combinations changing, and those soil mixes and all. So that was the success. Then again I started with, why not, I have a big balcony, why not start with something else? So then the flowers came in. So hibiscus. So usually it was like, I have small garden which I have to use it. So hibiscus came in, and then it was a winter, so I started with tomatoes and brinjals. So now I have at least 150 containers even during summers.
Wow. So,
So that's how
tell
it started.
right. So you said you used permutation and combination. So were these some special soil that you purchased, and would you like to share with where you got them from, or was it something which, if you'd like to share some information more on that?
Yes, here in container gardening, we have to, and UAE, since we don't get natural soil here, it's only sand, we rely on potting soil bags, what we get. So all of them, whatever the brand is, almost all of them are similar. It is a coco peat and a compost mixture, what they give as a ready-made. So I used to think that was enough, and that's how we follow. And even the gardeners here who come, they also say mix it with sand and that is enough for whole long. No, we are wrong. So we have to keep on feeding it, since it is a ready-made soil. So there's nothing living organism in there, so we have to keep on adding. So that's how my journey started, with studying what needs to be added. So I started with compost, adding compost, store bought compost and all these things. Right now I have, since this is the 3 years of experience, I now have a mixture, soil mixture, ratios. Like if you are taking, and another thing which we have to keep in mind in as a balcony gardener or container gardener is the weight of the container. So when we add soil or sand, red sand what we call it here, that becomes very heavy for us to lift, because we have to clean the balcony and all. It becomes very heavy, so we have to keep it light. So potting soil helps us to keep it light, but we have to keep on feeding them. So compost is one. So like if we are taking 2 parts of soil, potting soil, one part of uh, compost is fine. So that is the starting. And then half a part of neem fertilizer what we get. That neem fertilizer is for maintenance of the plant. Neem helps in fighting the pesticides also, and as we know, it is a anti septic and everything. So it works similarly with the plants as well. So
Okay.
that's how it
So
is.
the neem, because it's a pesticide, it does not harm the natural organisms of what your compost and all. It doesn't harm, because I
It
think this
doesn't
is a
harm.
little bit of a myth which people think that
Yes.
that will kill everything around it.
Yes. Yes.
Great. So when you say that the weight of the soil, the pot should not be too much, do you have some thumb rule, like how much to carry, or what is, like, if you lift it, you should be, do you have some guidelines on
Yeah,
that?
it is nothing like a thumb rule. Of course, when you water, it will be little bit heavy. But the thumb rule, what I follow with my plants is it should be easily liftable.
Okay.
When it is when you haven't watered that day, you should be able to move it easily.
So
That's
can I ask you a question then? That, I mean, plants like hibiscus normally have deep roots, right? So
yes.
if you use a plant which is, if you use a pot which doesn't have too much of depth, then does it actually, you can still grow plant in that, and will it flower? Since you mentioned flowering plants.
Yes, this is another myth what we have been thinking. No, deep-rooted plants we cannot grow in containers and all. No, for example, bonsais are there. No, when we can grow so big trees in those tiny plates, we can grow in our pots as well. So for
Okay.
that hibiscus, where we know it is a long living, it becomes a medium sized tree. If you for hibiscus and all, the hibiscus and those red flowers and whatever is there, when we know that it is long living and it is not seasonal, it continues to give us flowers. So you can get a little bit bigger pot which has depth is more and the width is less, but the soil mixture is same.
See.
And you have to keep on topping up with your compost, regular composting. At least 2 months once you have to feed them compost. So
Okay.
that is there. So which it keeps on, since it is in container, it cannot take any food from the earth. So we have to feed them.
Okay, very, very valid point that you've said, that it cannot take any food from the earth, so we have
Yes,
to,
we
and that
have
is
to
why
feed them.
very, thank you for that, Deepti. So from tulsi to hibiscus, you said flowering plants. Tell me some more about, especially now October is finished and like the weather's becoming very pleasant. So in November, what would you advise people to start with? Let's say they're just starting, and I know that we get this Vandaram plant and all from
Yes.
that. So if I was buying a Vandaram plant from 10 plants for 10 dirhams, how should I take care of it, and what can I expect the lifespan to be?
Here those what I always suggest my friends also is, follow these municipality people. Whenever they are changing the plans, that is the time to change your plans as well. So they are very good in maintaining easy growing plants.
Yes.
So like that. And we have that Vandiram plants, we have petunias. Those petunias are till their they are till March. March, maybe maximum April. Done. That's all is there. And we have periwinkle. Periwinkle, if you give them the good care, they flower 365 days even during the summer of UAE. Especially
Okay.
the red ones and the white ones, not the purple ones and other things. Those are all hybrid ones. Red ones and the white ones are the native ones. So they grow. And they even help you, see, they give you the seeds as well. They'll help you to reproduction also. You can make your own those periwinkle plants. I suggest with going with periwinkles, and to same mixture, two parts of potting soil and one part of compost and little bit of neem. Done. The same thing, you pot it and water it. Watering is main key here in container gardening. We tend to overwater and make it soggy, and it'll become it'll die because of the sogginess, because we have the plates under the pot. So there is a water in there. So plants tend to take the capillary action water also. So we have to make sure that watering has to be correct. So the thumb rule for watering is, if the topsoil of your pot is dry, then add a little bit of water. Otherwise, don't even water them. It's okay. Even if they wilt for a day, it's fine. Next day you water them, they'll be fine.
Okay.
So periwinkles are there, and now is the season to experiment anything and everything. So starting from October till March, we can experiment with all the floral plants. There are a couple of plants which are, in the pots, like buttercups and ruvellas and all. Those tiny yellow, purple, white flowers, they live on, like, they are always there 365 days. Put it in one pot and they'll give you uh, flowers all time.
Okay. So, now you said you have 150 plants in
Yes.
your, yeah, 150 plants, not pots, no, 150 plants.
Yeah, pots, as in I have couple of I do the mixture as well. If I have a root vegetable in the pot, I utilize the soil around it to make grow something else for the leaves. For example, I have
Wait, this is too much.
I know this is too much. So yes, I have more than pots are around 150, but
okay.
I have more plants as well.
I would love to see a picture or a video of your garden, and I'm sure that people who are watching us here and even later, they would be love to see, and we'll include that when normally we don't edit, but I'll just make sure that that goes into it. So, so tell me something more about 150 pots, and how much time does it take for you to clean your balcony, and how often do you do it in that case?
Since I'm very much into gardening, and I don't allow anyone to, I don't have any help. I don't like to take any help in that. And that is my detox. And when I'm therapy, that's my therapy. It takes around 1.5 hour in the per day. I need it for maintenance.
Okay.
For maintenance of all these things
Per
in the
day.
morning. Per day.
Okay, so that is a lot of time. I hope the audience who has the time and dedication are listening. But of course, we are talking about 100.
That is mine.
Yes.
But within half an hour also, we can easily maintain a balcony garden.
Okay.
That's our planning.
That right. And then, so do you have steps also in that, or they are basically on the floor? How do you have, what kind of a thing would you suggest? Do they need different sunlight? Do they need similar sunlight? How do you plan all those things?
Yes, for planning the balcony garden, before we start, first point we have to see is sun direction. If you need a flower without sun, flowers and fruits without sun, that will not happen. You need the direct sun at least for 3 hours. So mine is southern direction balcony, so I have full sun all the time.
Okay.
So but since we are in a very hot region all the time, even winters is quite hot for plants. There are many plants we can grow. Even if you get 1 hour sun also, you can grow plants easily, even during summer.
Right. Sorry, Deepti, there was a technical glitch, and you were just telling me about the balcony, about how you place on the balcony, and that's when I lost you somewhere.
Yes.
Please tell me more about that.
As we know, plants needs more sun. So my balcony is south facing. So before planning our balconies, so we have to see where we get more sun. So depending on that, we have to place our plants. So my balcony is south facing, so I get sun a lot. Since morning to evening, I get it. So even if you get 1 or 2 hours sun also, it is fine. Since we live in a hot region, that heat itself will also help. But
Okay.
the more flower we need, the more sun we need. So it's like, at least couple of hours sun we need it. So that's how
Okay.
we have to plan. So there are
Okay.
many plants available. If we go around, there are many plants available. It is nothing like that we cannot grow anything. Even with the heat, we can grow any of the plants.
Okay. Can I ask you a question, Deepti? You
Yes.
said many plants are available in many places. Could you suggest some places to us? And could you also suggest on how can we check whether the plant which we are purchasing is healthy or, whether it will need more attention?
Okay. Uh, there is for Dubai living people. We have very famous Vasan here. So it's little bit far, but yes, it is easily accessible. And once you go around, shop around, it is manageable. Otherwise, there is if we don't want to get too overwhelmed with Varsan options, we have one in Barsha near Mall of the Emirates. So that is easily locatable. Even that nursery is fine. Otherwise, we have our centrally located Satwa. There are a couple of nurseries where you get A to Z from there. Any
Okay.
plant related, Satwa is much better. If you are very starting and you don't want to get overwhelmed, I suggest Satwa is the best place, especially Madina nursery.
Okay. Nice.
Madina nursery is A to Z. You just ask him and he'll give. And
Okay.
while selecting the plant, how we get to know. So when you look at we'll have in the nurseries, as we know, we will have multiple plants, multiple options and everything. So once you look at the plant, look at the roots first. At the root, not exactly the root, this near the soil, it has to be very thick and healthy, and the leaves has its own shine. If it is not healthy, if it has any insects, snails or anything, we'll come to know with the shine of the leaf itself. And always look behind the leaf. That means below the leaf. If you see any black dots, never buy them. Any mark or any black dots, that means it's been infected, and don't buy them. And you can even run your finger in the soil. So when you run your finger in the soil in the nursery pot, sometimes you'll see insects coming out. So yes, that's the cue. Otherwise, that healthy shine and the root stem has to be very thick. That's how we
So,
select.
so when you see the insects coming out, what does it mean?
Like sometimes in from the nursery when we take it, we'll have snails.
Hmm. Is that good or is
No, they
that
are
not?
not good. They
They're
are
not.
not
Okay.
good.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
they
that's
are
what I was a
slow
little
killers.
confused about if
They
you
are only
see.
slow killers. And
Okay.
we will see some from the nurseries. I mean, nurseries are famous for spreading weevils. They are tiny black, insects which look like uh, house flies, but they don't
Okay.
fly. So they
Oh,
are also very dangerous. When they get into garden, you have to rely on chemical fertilizers. You cannot go with
okay. So when
you know
you said
homemade.
about fertilizer, our
I mean
or
pesticides. Sorry.
okay, so
Yeah,
our Bindu has asked about neem fertilizer. Can you tell a little bit about that?
yes,
What is neem fertilizer?
yes. Neem fertilizer here in Dubai or UAE markets, we get neem fertilizer in a small package, and like 1 kg, 2 kg to 50 kgs. So neem fertilizer is mainly made with neem waste, like what we get here, neem leaves and seeds and all these things is composted and they sell it.
Okay.
Especially Shalimar Group of the fertilizers, they sell neem fertilizer.
Okay.
Neem fertilizer is different from neem oil, which we use for pest control.
Okay.
So neem fertilizer will be black in color, similar to soil. We get when you go and ask with these nurseries, they'll give you in a packet. It is
Okay.
either Shalimar brand or some Holland brand, which is in a green packet.
Okay.
Around,
All right.
yeah, that if you are starting by in a 1 kg packet, that should be enough for the season.
Okay. So I wanted to ask you, now that you brought the question up about oil and all that, hibiscus tree, normally I believe they get infected very fast. And what I understand from
Yes,
discussions is they get
yes,
infected and they also infect the neighboring plants.
yes.
What is your suggestion on that? How can we avoid?
It's not only about hibiscus. So mainly as gardeners, any gardeners, whether it is a villa or a balcony, we have to identify pests. If we are going with organically, we'll get pests. So identifying is important. So mainly we'll get mealybugs. Those are the very famous hibiscus ones, which are very sticky and white in color. And the other ones are small flies. When you shake the plant, like especially tulsi, when you shake the plant, they'll all fly. So that one, for both the things, we can do anything like at home itself. Prevent as a preventive measurement, you can get neem oil, mix it with water, and spray it 15 days once to the plant. It's a preventative. But yes, we get it. If we get it, we always, whatever the rice we eat, we always wash it. That washed water, it is a rice washed water, not the cooked ones. Take that water, keep it in a plastic bottle for a day or two to ferment it. Then directly spray that water on these mealybugs.
Okay.
Do it daily until you don't see them. It needs at least a week of spraying that water. That is enough.
Okay, so that's a natural method of doing,
Natural
and
method of doing it.
so I must ask you, I'm hoping that there are other audience who will watch us later on who are not Indian. So could you tell us what is the English name for Tulsi?
Tulsi is basil. Holy basil is tulsi. And we
Okay.
have varieties of the basils available here. So tulsi is holy basil, and we have Thai basil and Italian basils as well. Thai basil is a purple colored ones, which are easily available here and edible as well.
Right. Okay. And I think they grow also much faster than the
Much
regular
faster than the
holy
regular
basil.
holy
Yes.
basil.
Okay. Okay. And I've also known to, I mean, I've heard from the elders in the family that they keep mosquitoes and all away, and they're
Yes.
like a natural, protection around the house.
Yes.
So maybe the balcony. So now, actually, the next question: how do you manage with, with a balcony, having a stand down below, having the water, maybe some collected out there? How do you manage to keep any kind of these mosquitoes and any of these pests away from coming into the house?
Okay.
Or kind of, procreate this thing out there, creating a
Yes.
mess there.
Yes. First of all, I have a stand. As a balcony gardener, I love to use the vertical space than the floor space. I have my customized iron stand of 2 steps. So there I keep. Now it is easily available. When I started, it was not easily, so I customized it. And then we have railing stands with rectangular long pots, which are easily available in UAE. So that I use. I don't use hanging pots because of wind and the safety concerns, because I live in 6th floor, so it is quite windy. I don't want to take risk. So I don't
Yeah.
use hanging pot, and I don't suggest that as well. But railings you can use, and I suggest to keep it inside to your balcony than keeping it, as a normal
Oh,
fashion. It is always faced outside. which I don't advise. It is better to keep it towards our inside.
Yeah,
So for
safety. Yeah,
safety
definitely
reasons,
safety. Very,
for
very
the
valid
safety,
point. Yeah,
for
thank you.
safety reasons, you never know when it will happen, all these
Yes,
things. So
right,
safety reasons.
right.
And I use creepers. I allow creepers to go over the wall. So that's about managing the space. And again, the cleaning, it becomes when you're in the garden or in the balcony on day-to-day basis, it becomes easy. And every pot we have to keep a plate under it, so that will collect all the dust or anything like that. And then daily sweeping or brushing
Okay.
is enough. So that is enough. And then when we are watering regularly, yes, there is a little bit of spillage and all these things. You just put little bit of water. We have all the balconies will have a drainage on at the end of the balcony, so that will go off. So if when we are maintaining it regularly, it is easy. It's not a
Yeah.
it becomes a part of your life
Routine. So we have a
routine.
question here from Bindu that does tulsi grow without sunlight at home? We live in a flat in Mumbai where we don't get direct sunlight in any of the rooms.
Yes, it does. Not inside the room. Just keep it near the windowsill where it will get the bright light. So when
Okay.
it is not getting any sun, be careful with watering, like weekly once or weekly twice maximum. Especially Mumbai is very humid weather, so weekly once is fine.
Okay.
And just
So
check with.
actually, yeah, just to tell you that Bindu has lived in UAE and she's also had a lovely balcony with some beautiful plants and
Okay.
always a green. And now she's moved to Mumbai, and I'm so glad that she's joined me here and she's joined us to
How sweet.
encourage us. Yes.
How
Um,
sweet.
Deepti, from flowers and from green plants, if we can move on a little bit to the vegetables that you were mentioning.
Yes.
Tell us something about that.
So before moving on to vegetables, if we want to try our hands on edible plants, I would suggest to start with the kitchen. Like
Mm.
take your fenugreek seeds, take your mustard seeds, and soak them and then grow them. Start with the microgreens. So
Okay.
when you see that those are all the small because we need rewards. We are human beings, we need to see the rewards, how it will happen.
Rewards.
No, we can't wait for longer time to
Yes.
give that plant, and we need that fast rewards. So we need our push. So
Very correct. Yeah. Tell
start
me,
with
you had
microgreen.
some prop there also, no? With you, you had some plants with you there, which you were going to show us, I
Yes,
think, at some point.
yes.
Yeah.
Can you see?
What is it? Yes, we can. What is it? What are these?
Now this is, I have started with beans. Since it is winter, I have started with beans and loofah, that is our turai, what we call it in Hindi. And I have all these plants which will sprout, and they take their own time.
Okay.
They take their own time. So this vegetable gardening I have started. So I
Okay.
wanted to show because it this has a mixture of shrubs and the creepers, where I
Okay.
can use the vertical wall and the pot as well. So I wanted to show because of that. So I mean
Nice,
that becomes a
nice.
too much of information, of course.
No, no, that's fine. But like you said, we need small rewards. So you suggest we start with the greens, with the fenugreek and
Microgreens and spinach, all these things are easily harvestable. So when you
so
move,
so spinach is also from seeds.
yes, easily
Okay.
available in the nurseries. So one
Okay.
packet is enough. So
Hmm.
those no when you start with methi is the easiest. Soak it when they sprout and the microgreens, and then once you are done with microgreens, now you're confident. Then move ahead and leave it in the soil so that you'll get those real leaves, and then enjoy it. And we have coriander seeds, those can also be done. And
Okay.
when we move on to move on. After that, we have spinach seeds. Arugula is a salad leaves, which is easily grown in UAE, and seeds are also easily available, so that you can grow and enjoy. Then once you are confident, once you know how it the sun, and once you study your balcony or garden sunlight and all, then you can move on to uh, fruits, like vegetables itself, which you can easily grow here. From October onwards, you can easily start growing with tomatoes, brinjals, lady's finger, all these things. Especially tomato is seasonal, like you start the seeds now, and by April is the last. Until then, you'll get after 2 months of sowing the seeds, you'll get the fruits. So April is the last.
Okay.
But eggplants and lady's finger, if you maintain the plant, you can have the second season as well. I have a plant which is 4-year-old.
Wow.
Yeah, I have a plant, that looks very sad. The plant looks very sad during summer. Once the weather starts changing, even that flourishes and it starts flowering.
Okay,
So
so that means if the season is over, you don't throw that plant, that pot, and
mm,
change it or anything. It just remains there,
yeah,
and you just nourish it.
depends on how the plant is looking. Like, if I have a tomato over there, and if I have I have what is that, Karela, bitter gourd, or sponge gourd, and all these things, it is maximum 3 months. Even if it is the weather is good, maximum 3 months, so the plant itself dies off. So at that time, I don't I don't throw the soil. No, there is nothing as waste in garden. There's nothing. Everything is reusable. No waste goes out of my garden. Either it is composted or it is used somewhere else. So the thumb rule is, if you have used that soil for growing for example, tomato in that soil, next time you grow something else, not tomato, because
Okay.
all the nutrients will be different. So
Okay.
that's the only thumb rule. Otherwise, I mix everything in the compost, use it for compost, and that will become a new soil altogether.
Okay.
So that's how we have to see.
Very, very nice, Deepti. I mean, I learned so much, and I'm hoping now, and we've been meaning to have this conversation for a long time, and
Long
I'm sure
time,
that
yes.
there are a lot of people have got a lot of value. Tell us anything else that you want to add, and I would also request Bharti, who's attending here, if she has any queries, please post it in the chat so we can answer your questions, Bharti. And if you have any other question, if you want to say something else in the meantime, you can continue, Deepti.
All I want to tell everyone is, please grow something small, something, it gives immense pleasure. Trust me, in my balcony, I have tamarind, neem, people, all the trees. And early morning, I can see those tiny birds coming in. Not only pigeons, we always people, we always creep about pigeons. Yes, pigeons comes when you, one thing I noticed is, this one I wanted to add in Shambhavi. As a balcony gardener, we
Gardner.
always say pigeons will come and pluck our plants. One thing I noticed after starting with organic gardening, especially compost, when I started making compost and using that and all these things, no chemicals used at all. They come to the balcony. They dig in the soil, not that they
So,
don't touch the plant. Some
oh,
germs, maybe some germs, something they are finding it, but the pigeons will come. They eat in from the soil and they move
yeah.
on. They are
Oh,
never. I have never lost anything to any tomatoes or brinjals to any
pigeon.
fruits for pigeons. Nothing.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, they'll, when they are digging it, they'll mess up the balcony. That's the only thing. But yeah, it is dry, so you can sweep it up. That is
Yeah.
easier. that ecosystem what we get here, all of a sudden we get honeybees in the balconies, we get butterflies. It is very nice to see. It is very good. Have a cup of
Right.
chai over there, and very rewarding it is.
Yeah. So
So
I
grow
think
it.
I think what I'm going to do is, Deepti, that I'll stop the recording for
Yes,
now for a
yes,
minute, and
yes,
if you can take us on your mobile to the garden, to the balcony, and show us a little bit, that'll be nice. So I'll give you a minute or two. And
sure.
are you comfortable with that, doing that?
Yes, I
Yeah.
am.
Okay. Okay.
Only thing
So
is it is messy. So
that's okay. We we
it's
we we are we we are intruding into your
yes.
balcony without your permission and without
I'm
any
happy to
warning.
I'm happy to
So
show
yeah,
my babies
yeah.
always.
So I'll just stop the recording here for a minute, and then when you're ready, tell me. I'll start the recording again. Okay?
Sure, sure.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Bindu also says she would love to see it, and she's waiting. So let me stop now,
Okay.
and I'll commence. I'll resume in a bit.
Uh,
Thank you, Deepti, for showing us your garden. Can we see, please? Can you show us your
yes.
garden a little bit?
What you're seeing now is my summer garden, which are always there. So
Yeah.
can you see them?
Yes.
So
Yes.
this is my floral Rangoon creeper, which I am using the wall space here. And this is my hibiscus. I have trimmed because this is the season for trimming, and here. So you can see the pot size. Can you see the pot size here?
Mm-hmm. Okay. We'll ask you to take some pictures and share it. I'll post that also
Sure,
along with this
sure,
video. Yeah. Okay.
sure. And can you see this?
Yeah.
A
What is
tree.
it?
This is tamarind tree of 4-year-old,
Wow.
and
Do,
it is in
do
the.
you get tamarind? Do you get tamarind in this?
No.
No.
I don't think I'll ever get it, but I use it for leaves.
Okay.
You know, I have a Andhra root in me, so we use those tiny new leaves for as a spinach, which is
Oh,
very
okay.
they are edible, and the dal cooked from it tastes awesome. So
Okay, so
basically
we need to have many more sessions, I think, of Grow Green with Deep. Thank you. Yeah.
what I have concentrated in my balcony is either it is floral or edible, nothing in
Okay.
between.
Okay. All right.
So this is tamarind grown from
Yeah.
the seed, and I have lemon here.
Mm-hmm.
This is also from seeds. I use leaves.
We need to see
And
the lemon a little better. Yeah. Thank you. Yes.
this is
Okay.
lemon
Thank you. Yes. Yes.
growing
Thank
from
you.
the seed. And can you see the weight? I can easily lift in one
Wow.
hand.
In your one hand. Okay. Okay.
Yes,
So
and
tell.
it is quite big.
Very nice. Yeah, I can see that. Okay.
It
Okay.
is quite
Deepti, you're
big.
scaring me.
No, it's okay. So that's how it is. And I have a couple of, can you see this here? Small tiny ones.
Okay.
This one.
Mm-hmm.
This is Colocasia. That is what we call it as Arbi root.
Yeah, Arabi root.
Colocasia root. So that that is growing along with chilies.
Yes.
And
Okay.
this is the stand this is the two-step stand I was talking about, and I use grow bags mainly.
Okay.
Green, this green color is a grow bag because of the weight, and storage as well. When I'm not using it, I can
can't
just
hear
wash.
you.
Now?
Hello, yeah, Deepti?
Can you hear me?
Now I can. Yeah, now I can.
I use grow bags because it is easily storable as well. When I'm not using it, wash it and fold it and keep it.
Nice. So it's very nice, Deepti. I am really going to ask you to take a video. Yeah, show me this. Yeah, please. Yeah, what is this?
This is another wall I have here, which I'm using it. I have two creepers here. One is it started flowering. It is a blue flower, which is called as Jacomanthia here.
Mm.
They are very good pollinator attractors.
Mhm.
And when you see this one, can you see this?
Yes, beautiful.
This is Amrutaballi. It
Ah,
is a
okay.
very medicinal plant,
Okay.
and I use it. It is very antiviral actually.
Mm-hmm.
So make a tea out of it and drink it, detoxing and everything. And I
Okay.
have, can you see this grass?
Yes.
Lemongrass grown from the
Lemongrass.
store.
Wow. I love tea with lemongrass and I would love to
Yes.
grow them. You're inspiring, Deepti. And not only me, even Bharti is inspired. She says she's just shifted to a villa and would like to consult with you. And if she can
Sure,
contact you
sure,
privately, I will share the number. Definitely, I'll do
sure.
that. Okay, great.
And I have here, can you, this is people.
Mm-hmm.
What do you call people? That I forgot the English
Banyan.
name of it.
Banyan.
Banyan, yes, yes.
So don't they
And
grow roots? Don't they need thick roots? Like, I mean, they don't. It's okay, is it?
it is okay. I keep trimming them when they are growing at to certain height. I keep trimming them, and I make sure that roots are not coming out of the grow
The
bag.
pot. Yeah, that's what I
Yes,
was wondering because they
yes.
can be very
I am
powerful and
growing this because yes, you can have a tea of these leaves as well.
Deepti, I'm going to
This is
definitely follow it
naturopathy
up.
here.
Absolutely. I'm definitely going to follow this up with greens for health reasons. Today,
Yes,
our idea was mainly for just to
yes.
feel good and grow your green in your balcony in this weather, which where it's great. Bindu says Shambhavi is a tea lover. Yeah, Deepti is aware of.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So, would you like to go back into the
Yeah,
house now? And
I will. I will.
thank you. Let me stop this for a second now, and I'll resume there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Good evening, and thank you once again, Deepti. It's been such a lovely evening visiting your balcony, learning so many small things, and so inspiring. I wish that we had more live audience, but I think Bindu and Bharti have completely justified their being here by asking us questions,
Thank.
and and I'm sure that we are going to have a lot of interest generated from our moms group. As I told you earlier, this is one mom is equal to all moms, and Bharti also says that very inspiring. So I'm like, thank you for the time. And I'm definitely going to call you back again and we'll have another conversation. And who knows, we may have a series of conversations around
Series
this.
of conversation. I would love to. I mean, if I start gardening, talks about gardening, I cannot stop. There's so much to talk. And
Yes.
thank you so much
And
for
I
giving
know
me
you do indoor
opportunity.
and outdoor and all that. So we definitely have
Yes,
lots. Today we've started with balcony gardening and thank you so much once more. And I'll post this on the YouTube channel. And I also hope to take some more tips from you and post it in the description. And anybody
okay,
who wants to contact you can always message us and we can do that so that you can help them with their gardening venture.
sure, I would
Thanks
love to.
so much, Deepti. Don't go away. I'll meet you offline.
Okay,
Stay here for some time.
sure.
Bye for now.
Thank you, Bharti. Thank you, Bindu, for joining.